Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this chapter. Let me first thank you all for all the reviews, the feedback. I've been getting lots of calls, messages from children saying they've been enjoying the videos with me. Thank you so much. It's very reassuring to me as a teacher. And let's just keep studying together and enjoying geography together. The first part of this chapter that we did together was about the factors that affect the climate of India like altitude, latitude. Latitude is about the sun's rays, proximity to the sea, the moderating influence of the sea. So El Nino effect, all those 10 factors or 8 factors we had studied together. The second part pertains to the southwest monsoon season of India. That is the summer season of India. Let's see what happens. Let's go together. The first slide is about name the 4 seasons in India and the months that they occur in. The first season is the hot, dry summer season. It happens between March, April, and May in these 3 months. Okay, you have to cover all the 12 months. The hot, wet, rainy season. It's also called the southwest monsoon season. It is spread across 4 months: June, July, August, September. This is the most important one, and we are going to study a lot about this, all about this in this part. The retreating of the southwest monsoon, that is the next season in India, which is October and November, and the cold, dry winter season, which is also called the northeast monsoon season in 3 months, December, January, February. So we are basically in the tropics in that, plus minus 20. I mean, north 20 and south 20 of the equator. We are in the region of the monsoon winds of the world. So we're predominantly going to have two different types of monsoon climates: retreating monsoon climate and a hot, dry summer season. Okay, that's the first slide. Let's move on. So the first thing that we learn, as a little bit of a recap to the previous that we did, okay, give reasons for hill stations in the south, like the Nilgiris, Kodaikanal, Ooty, never experience snowfall, even when the temperature may fall to 0 degrees Celsius, because this has to do with the previous part, okay, those reasons of climate. These places lie in the tropical zone and hence are closer to the equator. We have read this. If you're in the tropics, you're close to the equator. They get more direct rays of the sun and land is sufficiently heated. This does not allow snowfall. So if you're in the tropics, you will not have snowfall in those zones. You're closer to the equator, the sun's rays are more direct. These hills are also not too high, approximately 2,800 meters above the sea level. There's something called a snow line, the altitude at and above which there is snowfall. The snowfall lies at an altitude of approximately 5,000 meters above the mean sea level, and these regions are at 2,800. So they're not even at the snow line region. Okay, these are reasons why these hill stations in the south of India, like the Nilgiris, Kodaikanal, Ooty, you must have all gone there, it's very beautiful, do not experience snowfall. One, proximity to the equator, closer to the equator, the sun's rays are more direct. Snow can't fall then, it's hot. And secondly, they're above, they're not close, anywhere close to the snow line, the temperature, the height at which the snow starts falling. In what ways are monsoons like land breeze and sea breeze? Very important. Monsoons, just like land breeze and sea breeze, are caused by the differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. First point, very important. Second, both are caused by the differences between pressure on land and sea. You know that when there is pressure over the land, then there's less pressure over the sea, and the winds blow. And when they blow from the sea to the land, the moisture-bearing winds bring rain with them. And when they touch against a relief feature like a mountain, they shed their rain. Both reverse their direction periodically and derive their names accordingly. The monsoon winds don't stay permanently over India. They go up and they come down. They go up and they retreat. They reverse their direction. So monsoons are like sea breeze and land breeze and sea breeze. Why? They both are caused by the differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. They both are caused by differences between pressure on land and sea, and they both reverse the direction periodically and derive their names accordingly. Retreating monsoon is going backwards. Southwest monsoon is going upwards. Name the hottest state in India, Rajasthan. Remember this. These can come as one word answers. State the greatest state, the name of the state Which state has the greatest range of temperature? Hottest and coldest. Subtract the two, the range is that. Again, Rajasthan. Name the place with the greatest. State is Rajasthan. Hottest is Rajasthan. Place with the greatest rate of temperature. Ideally, it has to be in Rajasthan, right? The Thar Desert. The state with the maximum rainfall is Meghalaya. The place with the maximum rainfall, Cherrapunji, Mausin Ram. I break it up like this so that you guys can learn the spelling with the sound. Mausin Ram. So spelling marks are cut in geography also. So Mausin Ram. Okay. Learn these names. So state with the greatest range of temperature will be the same as the hottest. And the city or the place also will lie in that state. So you have Rajasthan and the Thar Desert. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now we look at monsoon mechanisms, and the main one we're going to study in this chapter is the summer monsoon. How does the summer monsoon occur? In summer, land gets heated more than the water, than the seas. A center of low pressure, so when the land gets heated, through insolation, the air above it gets heated. So the air above land starts moving upwards. A low pressure area develops over the land, where the air is hotter and rises up. Over the seas, high pressure develops because seas heat up slower than land, and therefore they give out insolation slower. There's high pressure over the seas as the air is cooler there. Now winds blow from the sea towards the land. They are moisture bearing. When they flow over the winds flow over water, they pick up moisture. They pick up water vapor and they come. Moisture bearing winds blow from sea to land bringing rainfall. So if you see, this is India. This is the southwest monsoons. In the summer, it's very hot on the land, coastal areas. So the air rises up and the air from here blows in along with moisture. Now there is this Western Ghats here, this part. They'll hit it and they'll give rain there. So let's keep studying. Okay. In the context of India, in May, June, and July, the summer months, land gets heated by the vertical rays of the sun, creating low pressure over land. So remember the words low pressure, high pressure. High pressure develops over the Indian Ocean. Here's the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, and Bay of Bengal. High pressure develops on the Indian Ocean, and moisture bearing winds blow from sea to land, northwards and northwestwards. So this is northwards like this, and this is northwestwards, okay, bringing heavy rainfall. The summer monsoon winds blow southwest and are known as the southwest monsoon. So in summer, we have moisture bearing winds coming from the southwest direction onto India and bringing rain. That is why it is called the southwest monsoon. This is south, they're coming from this side, the western side, so southwest monsoon. Okay. Now, describe the climatic conditions over India before the outbreak of the southwest. See, this is the southwest monsoons. Okay. Now, I'm just saying it in advance, it will come later on. The southwest monsoon winds have two branches. They pick up moisture over the Arabian Sea. It's called the Arabian Sea branch. And then they flow like this. And there is Myanmar here. And there's the Arakan mountain here. They come here, hit the Arakan mountains, and they get turned. And they come over the Bay of Bengal. And they're called the Bay of Bengal branch. So the southwest monsoon has two branches. Let's go back to this. Before the southwest monsoon breaks over India, what is the climate in India? Summer. Hot, dry summer climate. Weather is dry and excessively hot all over the country. Temperatures are above 45 degrees centigrade in most interior parts of the country. Because of high temperature, low pressure centers build up over the Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is here with soaring temperatures of 50 degrees centigrade. If this is low pressure and this is high pressure, winds are going to now blow from high to low pressure to replace that, to fill up that empty space here. Strong and dusty winds called Lu blow over the northern plains. Fine. Where do the monsoon winds that affect India originate? Very important question. Southwest monsoon comes from where? The southwest monsoon winds originate as the southeast trade winds. So you have the southeast trade winds here. They come like this and they blow over like this. So the origin of the southwest monsoons in India is the southeast trade winds. How do you remember this name? SETW, SETW. Remember, W is for wind. So SETW means southeast trade winds are the source, the origin where the southwest monsoons originate. And from the where do they come from? They come, but where is this high pressure being built up over the seas? Which sea is this? The southern, the Indian Ocean is here. The southern Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea are where there is high pressure of the atmosphere. And the winds from here blow over India to replace the low pressure. There is less air in the atmosphere over the land. So this question can come. Where do the monsoon winds that affect India originate? What is the origin of the southwest monsoon winds? You should have two answers. Southeast trade winds. Where are the southeast trade winds coming from? From the high pressure centers over the southern Indian Ocean and the Arabian Ocean. The two-part answer, but both SETW has to be there and Southern Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea. Okay. What is the summer monsoon also called in India? It's called the southwest monsoon. Which winds reach the west coast of India as the southwest monsoons and how? The southeast trade winds get deflected by the Coriolis force. What is that? The rotation of the earth over its axis. We read it last year. It deflects winds and ocean currents, right? So the southeast trade winds are here. They get deflected by the earth's movement. So ideally winds blow straight. You would think a wind would blow straight, but it is blowing straight and then getting deflected because the earth is turning on its axis. Let us look at the explanation of the southeast monsoon winds. How do they form? Large land masses to the north of the Indian Ocean get heated intensely during the summer months of April-May. Indian Ocean is here. These land masses get heated up. Area of low pressure is formed in northwestern India. Here. Low. Can you see low? Low pressure is formed. Thar Desert is here. In the ocean, to the south of these land masses, here in the ocean, pressure is high. This attracts the southeast trade winds from the southern hemisphere. These trade winds, once they cross the equator, below the equator they were moving in one direction. When they cross the equator, they get deflected by the Coriolis forces and reach the west coast of India as the southwest monsoon winds. Southeast trade winds are what become the southwest monsoon winds. They bring heavy rainfall and violent thunder and lightning to this coast of India. Very important to understand. Low pressure here, high pressure here. They come, southeast trade winds are below the equator. They get deflected by the Coriolis force and they come as southwest monsoon winds. Okay. So what are the special features of the summer monsoon or the southwest monsoon? These monsoon winds first of all blow from June to September, just as summer ends in May. The direction of these winds is from the southwest. Okay, they call the southwest monsoon winds. They blow from sea to land. Pressure is low over land and high over the surrounding water bodies. They are moisture-laden winds. Please learn up these points. You're going to get this question. Give two special features of the southwest monsoon winds. First thing you should say is that they blow from June to September. One, the direction they come from are the southwest. It's in the name. They blow from where to where? From sea to land. Pressure over land is low. Pressure over seas is high. They are what? How do they bring rain? They are moisture-laden winds. They bring heavy rainfall. This season is high temperature and high humidity. Temperature has to be high for the air above the land to rise and create low pressure. During these months, there is rainfall over the whole subcontinent. Subcontinent is India. It's called the subcontinent. Give a reason for. Kanyakumari, which state first receives the southwest monsoon winds? Kerala. Which city or place? Kanyakumari. Meghalaya, Mausanram, Cherrapunji, highest rainfall. Where does the southwest monsoon first hit? Kerala. And where in Kerala? Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of India. Kanyakumari is the first to receive the southwest monsoon winds and the last to see it retreat. They retreat, they go back also. Kanyakumari is at the southernmost tip of India. The southwest monsoon winds come from this direction and hit Kanyakumari first. Kanyakumari is also the last city. So see the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon showers also. What is a pre-monsoon, burst of monsoon and break of monsoon? Very important to learn. What is the pre-monsoon? Pre means before, burst means a burst, break is monsoon stops. There's a break in the monsoon. Okay. The period prior to the rainy season, before the rainy season, when the whole of India has high temperature, summer is happening, results in the development of low pressure over land masses. If you don't have low pressure over land masses and high pressure over the water bodies, you will not have rain. What is the burst of monsoon? When the southwest monsoon has a sudden and violent outset of rainfall. Suddenly it bursts. It rains in Bombay, suddenly thunder lightning and starts raining. Sudden and violent outset of rainfall. In the first week of June, it is called the burst of monsoon. It first occurs in the southernmost state of Kerala. So where is the burst of monsoon going to happen? Kerala. What is a break of monsoon? When the southwest monsoon fails to bring rainfall for a few days or weeks, and there's a dry period in the rainy season. So it is raining all of June and July, and suddenly 15 days no rain. It happens in Bombay too. That's called a break of the monsoon. Sudden dry periods where the rainfall stops during the monsoon is called a break of monsoon. What is winter monsoon? This whole part is about the summer monsoon, but I just want to put one slide of the winter monsoon. How does it occur? In winter, the sea gets heated more. This is the sea. It gets heated more than the land. Now a center of low pressure develops over the seas, where the air gets hotter and rises up. Over the land, high pressure develops as air is cooler. The rays of the sun are sloping. Okay. Thus, now what happens? Winds blow from land to sea. Now, do winds that blow from land have moisture? No. So, dry winds blow from land to sea, bringing cold, dry weather incapable of producing rain. They can't produce rain. These winds that blow from the land, northeast, and the origin is northeast trade winds. When they blow from land to sea, they don't have moisture. They can't give rain. But when they blow like this and over the Bay of Bengal, they pick up moisture and go and rain in Tamil Nadu and the tip of Andhra Pradesh. When these winds blow over seas and then pass over the adjoining land, they bring some rainfall. In the context of India, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, called the south, this is called the Coromandel coast, called the South Coromandel coast, get rain from winter monsoons. They ask you which rain do they get? Winter monsoons. Why? The northeast trade winds. This is called the northeast monsoon winds or northeast trade winds. They blow over land and then over the Bay of Bengal, pick up some moisture and come and put rain in Tamil Nadu and the tip of Andhra Pradesh. The winter monsoon winds blow northeast and are known as the northeast monsoon winds. What is their origin? Northeast trade winds. Southwest monsoon winds, southeast trade winds. Okay, just remember the winter monsoon. The reverse has to happen. The seas have to have low pressure, land has to have high pressure. You have land breeze blowing from land to sea, but it doesn't have moisture. When it passes over a water body, it picks up some moisture and then goes and rains in Tamil Nadu. There has to be some relief feature, some ghats. These are called the eastern ghats. If you don't have a relief feature against which the clouds are going to go and crash against, there will be no precipitation, no rainfall. You have to have a relief feature. A relief feature is some formation of land. Okay. So this is the southwest monsoon. They come from the Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea and come like this. Two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. And you have the northeast monsoon that comes from here. Comes over the Bay of Bengal and makes it rain in Tamil Nadu. The summer monsoon continued. Very interesting. The first Indian state to receive the southwest monsoon here is Kerala. The last state to see the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon is also Kerala. It retreats from there. The first Indian city to receive the southwest monsoons, Kanyakumari. The last city to see the withdrawal of southwest monsoons, again Kanyakumari. Why do the southwest monsoon winds divide into two parts, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch? Why? Because of this is called tapering, the tapering topography of India. Peninsula, India is a peninsula. That means it is surrounded by sea on three sides. Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal water bodies and Indian Ocean. So because of this tapering topography of India, TT, tapering topography, the southwest monsoons are divided into two parts. Name the two branches that the southwest monsoon divides into. The Arabian Sea branch, which originates over the Arabian Sea, and the Bay of Bengal branch originating over the Bay of Bengal. So this slide is very important. The important thing to ask now is, the southwest monsoon has two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. Which branch of the southwest monsoon is more powerful and why? The southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch is more powerful than the Bay of Bengal branch. Why? Because the total volume means quantity, of this current is 3 times as great as the Bay of Bengal branch. And why does that happen? Why? Because the Arabian Sea is larger than the Bay of Bengal. This is a huge sea here. Bay of Bengal is a small part here. The entire Arabian Sea, this whole Arabian Sea goes over India, as in it follows this line of India, covers a large part of India. Whereas the Bay of Bengal enters a bit of India like this, and the rest of it goes towards Myanmar and Thailand after Assam. So Assam is here. So the Bay of Bengal is just here. It doesn't touch this coast. Okay. So the Bay of Bengal is here, and it just goes to this part of India inside, where it goes over the part of the Bay of Bengal which enters India, goes towards Assam, and then moves out towards Myanmar and Thailand. So the Arabian Sea branch is larger than the Bay of Bengal branch for two reasons. One, the Arabian Sea itself is larger than the Bay of Bengal, and two, the Arabian Sea goes over India. Goes over means all over this India it is covering. But the Bay of Bengal just touches towards Assam and then goes away towards Myanmar and Thailand. So the total volume of the the Arabian Sea current is 3 times more than the Bay of Bengal. It's very important. And the monsoon, the Arabian Sea branch, it is going to hit the Western Ghats here. Okay, here it goes through parallel to the Vindhyas, the Aravalli, the Satpura, and then they reach up to Himachal and Punjab. Okay, just to put it in your minds. Now, the southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch. Where does it originate? Where does it start from? So you should say it starts from the Arabian Sea. It originates in the Arabian Sea. It blows over a vast proportion of the sea and enters the Indian land masses. It collects a lot of moisture while it comes to blow over India. Then it hits against the Western Ghats and precipitation happens here, rain happens here, and then blows over and goes on this side. So this is the windward side, this is the leeward side of the Western Ghats. Last year we studied this. The Arabian Sea branch of the southwest monsoon contributes to 65%. More than half of the monsoon in India is contributed by the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. So now when you speak of the southwest monsoon in this whole chapter, this whole presentation, you have to talk about which branch of it, and it is the Arabian Sea branch. Now the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch further collects a lot of moisture, blows over India, hits against the Western Ghats here. As soon as it blows over land, it reaches land and hits the Western Ghats. And we get rain in Mumbai. It splits into 3 branches. It is obstructed by the Western Ghats, so goes and then goes over them. It strikes the north coast of Mumbai. Mumbai is here. The north coast of Mumbai moves along. After it touches the north coast of Mumbai, it moves along the Tapi and the Narmada river valleys. So I put them here. See, the Vindhyas and Satpuras, they are parallel to it, and the Tapi river valley and the Narmada river valley. It causes a fair amount of rain in the Chota Nagpur plateau in central India. Okay, then it strikes the Saurashtra peninsula and Kutch, and then Rajasthan. So it comes here. This is the Saurashtra peninsula, Kutch. This is Kutch, run of Kutch, and into Rajasthan. It runs parallel to the Aravallis. Now there is nothing blocking these winds. If you want to make it rain, the mountains should be like this, but the mountain is like this. So it goes parallel to the Aravallis, and therefore scanty or no rainfall happens. Remember that if your mountain ranges are parallel to where the winds are blowing, there will be no rain. If they're in their way, this is called transverse, in their way, then there's an obstruction. Will hit it and precipitation will happen. Okay, that's why this chapter of precipitation was taught last year with the relief, so that you understand clouds have to hit. It's called orographic rainfall. They hit the relief feature and they precipitate. If they are parallel to the relief feature, there's no rain. Now we look at the southwest monsoon, the Bay of Bengal branch. These monsoon winds, they travel a shorter distance across a bay like this. And these monsoon winds travel a longer distance across the Arabian Sea, across the Western Ghats, and they go like this and they go like this. They give this, they travel longer distances to reach across India. Now they travel a shorter distance. The Bay of Bengal, a short distance they travel, and they carry less moisture. So the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon travels a much longer distance across the oceans and carries a lot of moisture. So it causes a lot of rain. Whereas the Bay of Bengal branch of the southwest monsoon travels a shorter distance across a bay and therefore carries less moisture. It partly enters India just here, blows over southeast Bangladesh. Bangladesh is here, Myanmar, and Thailand is here. Okay, so mainly it is Myanmar and Thailand, and partly over India. Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, a little bit over India like this. Okay, it has to travel now. The Himalayas are here. It has to travel a long distance over the land before it can hit the Himalayas here or the Garo and Khasi hills here. So these winds, whereas these winds, the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea winds, or the Arabian Sea branch of the southwest monsoon, comes to land and hits mountains in the Western Ghats. But these Bay of Bengal branch winds have to travel long distance over land to reach the Himalayas and then the Gangetic plains. This is the Ganga. The Gangetic plains get rain, or the Garo and Khasi hills here. They have to travel over land a lot before they reach there. Okay. Now it has to travel a long distance over land before it hits against mountains. Okay. The Arakan hills on the coast of Myanmar. What makes these winds turn towards India? The Arakan hills on the coast of Myanmar, they are here. They deflect these monsoon winds towards India, making them enter West Bengal and Bangladesh from the south and southeast. This is the southwest direction. This is the southeast direction. This is south. So they enter through the southeast direction and the south direction. Instead of the southwest, they don't come from here. They come from this part. Okay. Once in India, once this Bay of Bengal branch reaches India, it splits into two. One goes into Assam and causes rain in the Brahmaputra valley, and the other comes into the Gangetic plains, the plains of the Ganga, and causes rains here by hitting against the Himalayas. What are the two bifurcations? Along the Ganga plains, they were diverted here, and along the Brahmaputra valley, here in Assam as the Brahmaputra river, Brahmaputra valley. Both these branches cause heavy rainfall in the Garo and Khasi hills of Meghalaya. So both the branches of the Bay of Bengal, branch of the southwest monsoon, are going to cause rain in the Garo and Khasi hills of Meghalaya. Two places in Meghalaya that get the highest annual rainfall in the world, Cherrapunji and Mawsyn Ram. They are here. Now, location, crest of the southern range of the Khasi hills. So these two, Cherrapunji and Mawsyn Ram, are in the crest, means the peak of the Khasi hills. What is the source of rainfall there? You should know it by heart like this. The Bay of Bengal branch of the southwest monsoon is what causes the rains here. It's a very important slide. The difference between the Bay of Bengal branch and the Arabian Sea branch. The Arabian Sea branch has to travel a lot over a longer distance to reach India. The Bay of Bengal has to go across a very shorter distance. But these reach a mountain range very fast, the Western Ghats. Whereas these have to travel a large distance over land to reach any mountain range to give precipitation. Give reasons for. Now it's becoming very easy. The rains in Delhi, Agra, Allahabad, Chandigarh, Amritsar, Ludhiana, any place in the north of India, this is Punjab, okay, begin much later than they do in Trivandrum, Cochin, Goa, Mangalore, any place in the south. Trivandrum is here, Cochin is here, Goa is somewhere here, and Mangalore is here, and Mumbai is here. So any place, Delhi or any place in the north is situated above the Tropic of Cancer. The southwest monsoon winds Arabian Sea branch bring rain first to the south of India. So Trivandrum, or you say Cochin or Goa or Mangalore, the south part, are going to receive the heavy rains first. Why? Because the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch hits the south of India first, and the rains, and then they cross over and come to the north. The rain now, if you look at this, the southwest monsoon is now parallel to the Aravalis, the Vindhyas and Satpuras. So if you are parallel, you can't give rain. You're not hitting the mountain ranges. So what brings rain in these northern places? The rain over UP, Allahabad, Meerut, Lucknow, etc. comes from the Bay of Bengal current that goes this way, turns and then comes to North India. It moves, comes this way. The southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch comes this way, moves here, goes over the Gangetic plains and then comes to the north and gives the rain. So that is why these areas in the north get rain later, because first the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch brings rain to the south of India. And then those monsoon winds, the Bay of Bengal, go into India from this side and come and give rain here. What governs the distribution of rainfall from southwest monsoon? What decides when the southwest monsoon winds hit in the Indian coast? What decides the distribution of rainfall? Distribution means where is it high, where is it low, where should it rain more, where does it rain less? What decides that? We learned last year also, relief features are very important. What are relief features? Landforms. The most important one is mountain ranges and hills. They are very important because they obstruct the path of the monsoon winds, of the monsoon clouds, and precipitation happens on their windward side. The side of the winds, this is the windward side of the Western Ghat. The windward side gets the rain. The leeward side lies, the other side lies in the rain shadow area, and it gets very, very less rain or no rainfall at all. It's called scanty rainfall. So what governs the distribution of rainfall from the southwest monsoons, or for that matter any monsoon winds? Relief features or topography. Topography means the formation of lands, different shapes and sizes. The mountains are what determine. Now in India you have the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. You have the Satpuras, the Vindhyas and the Aravallis. You have the Garo and Khasi hills here. And you have the Himalayas here. Any monsoon bearing wind traveling parallel to these mountain ranges is not going to give rain. And any of them traveling transverse in perpendicular direction to them are going to give precipitation and give rain. So rain shadow area, what is this? A mountain has a windward side, the side towards the wind, and a leeward side. A windward side faces the winds, leeward side is opposite side of the wind facing side. Okay. Now a rain shadow is the area beyond the leeward side of a mountain where little or no rainfall or precipitation takes place. So leeward side, little ahead of it, is the rain shadow. Hardly any rain takes place there. Examples of rain shadow area. Places east of the Western Ghats. These are the Western Ghats. This is west, this is east. Places east of the Western Ghats are in the leeward side, in the rain shadow area. They're going to get hardly any rain. Places, when you talk about the Western Ghats, you talk about its east, the west, and talk about its east. When you talk about the Garo and Khasi hills, you talk about their north and their south. Places south of the Garo and Khasi hills, so the Bay of Bengal branch of the southern monsoon come and hit it here. So places south of the Garo and Khasi hills are going to get rainfall because this mountain range is in the way of the rain-bearing winds. And the ones on the north, to its north, means on the other side, the north side of the Garo and Khasi hills is the rain shadow area, the leeward area. It's going to be no rain or scanty rain there. So here for the Garo and Khasi hills, we talk about the north and the south part, because the monsoon winds are coming this way and they are located in the east-west direction. Even the Himalayas, the north of the Himalayas is the leeward side, the south of the Himalayas is the windward side. So this Bay of Bengal branch will going to come and hit here, and there will be rain here. But on this side of the Himalayas, the leeward side, there will be no rain. So we talk about the Garo and Khasi hills of the Himalayas, it's their north and their south. The north is the leeward, the south is their windward. Talk about the Western Ghats. The west side is the windward side and the east side is the leeward side. So examples of rain shadow areas: places east of the Western Ghat, this side; places north of the Garo and Khasi hills; places north of the Himalayas. Now places in the rain shadow areas, names: Pune is here, Bangalore is here, Dispur, Guwahati and Shillong. They are all on the other side of the Garo and Khasi hills in Assam. This is Assam and they're all on this side, the north of the Khasi hills. So they're going to be in the rain shadow areas. So let us understand the windward side. What is meant by the windward side? The side which faces the winds is the windward side. The windward side is the slope of a mountain range that gets the full blast of an onshore wind. Onshore means coming from the sea towards the shore. So this Western Ghats, this is the windward side, this is the leeward side. For the Eastern Ghats, if the winds are blowing from here, this is the windward side, this is the leeward side. If the winds are coming from here, then this is the windward side and this is the leeward side. It receives plenty of rainfall. The windward side gets the rainfall. Now, what else happens here? The wind is forced to rise on the windward side of a mountain. Obviously, when the winds are coming this way, they hit the mountains, they get pushed up, they go on top and they come on this side. But on top and here, when they are hitting and they go on top, they have done the full precipitation, full rainfall has happened. And then they come here with very less moisture in them. Name a city, town and area that lies on the windward side. City, town. Panjim is here, Mumbai is here, Mangalore is here, Kochi. So Mumbai, Panjim, Mangalore and Kochi. Cochin is here. The Cardamom Hills are also here for Cochin actually. You might say, oh, the Western Ghats stopped here. The Cardamom Hills here. Areas, 3 areas that you can easily name and the windward side are the western side of the Western Ghats on the west coast. So the Konkan, the Kannada and the Malabar coast. Then the southern side, I explained in the previous slide, the southern side of the Garo and Khasi hills and the foothills of the Himalayas, which are also on the southern side of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are placed east-west, west-east facing. Huh? So southern part of the Himalayas, the foothills of the Himalayas. Now, which regions in India receive more than 200 centimeters of rainfall and why? We know that we have to go straight to the windward side of places. The regions that receive more than 200 centimeters of rain in India, 200 is a lot, are the windward side, this side, the Konkan coast, the Malabar coast, the windward side of the Western Ghats, the western coastal plains, the windward side, this is the Garo and Khasi hills, the windward side of the Garo and Khasi and Jaintia hills, the southern slopes of the Purvanchal, it's also called the Purvanchal range, the southern slopes and Meghalaya. Why the windward side? The windward side of the Western Ghats and the Western Plains receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. The southwest monsoon winds meet the Western Ghats, are forced to rise, cool, condense and shed their moisture. Being on the windward side, this side, it experiences the blast of the rain-bearing winds. You have heavy rainfall in Bombay also. The windward side of the Garo, here, this is the windward side, the south side of the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills received rain from the southwest monsoon's Bay of Bengal branch. You must remember this. Meghalaya, where you have Cherrapunji and Mawsyn Ram, they are going to get rains from the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. So now, which branch of the southwest monsoon do Cherrapunji and Mawsyn Ram receive rain? The southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. I showed you in the previous slide. Give reason for. Cherrapunji or Mawsyn Ram has very heavy rainfall because, first, which side does it lie on? It lies on the windward side of the Khasi hills. And which branch of the monsoon does it get? It receives heavy rain from the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch, as the Khasi hills lie in the pathway of these winds. So, the clouds are required to shed their rain. Shillong, Dispur, Guwahati get less than 200 centimeters of rainfall annually, whereas Cherrapunji, Mawsyn Ram, which are just nearby, get 1250 centimeters of rainfall annually. Why? They're almost the same latitude and they're very, very close. Then why those guys get and these guys don't? Well, Cherrapunji, Mawsyn Ram lie on the windward side of the Khasi hills and they receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. Shillong, Dispur, Guwahati lie on the other side of the Khasi Hills, the north side, the leeward side of the Khasi Hills, and therefore they are in the rain shadow area. So even if you are in this one particular area and there's a hill in between, suppose there's a hill in between, one person lives here and one person lives here. Then if the monsoon winds are coming this way, then the people living here are going to get rain, and on this side of the rain shadow they will not get the rain. So just in the same area, one on this side of the hill, one on that side of the hill. So Shillong, Dispur and Guwahati lie on the leeward side of the Khasi Hills. Rainfall decreases as we move up the Ganga Valley. We saw in the India map the Ganga Valley, this is the Himalayas, the Ganga Valley goes like this. Now why? The southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch deflects when it reaches the Garo and Jaintia hills. So it touches them and doesn't go across, it moves to the left. And the rain decreases as it is shed while following the line of the mountains. Okay, the next give reason for is despite the Aravalli hills, there is a hill, there is a relief feature. Despite that, many parts of Rajasthan, Western Rajasthan, Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Pokhran do not receive much rainfall. Why? Now here are the Aravallis. The southwest monsoon is coming from here, going parallel to the Aravallis. So it doesn't go and bang into the Aravallis. The Aravallis lie parallel to the winds of the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. So there are no transverse. Transverse means perpendicular mountain ranges. There are no transverse mountain ranges to block the path of the monsoon winds. So the winds bypass this region. Thar Desert. Why is there no rain? Why is it the hottest area in the Indian subcontinent? Because the Aravalli Hills, the relief feature, are lying parallel to the southwest monsoons. So the southwest monsoons bypass them and go up. Okay. Thar Desert, Western Rajasthan, Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Udaipur, Pokhran have scanty rainfall. Same question. Why? The Aravallis lie parallel to the winds of the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. There are no transverse mountain ranges to block the path of the monsoon winds. So the winds bypass this region and no rain is shed here. Also, these areas lie in the leeward rain shadow area of the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. Thar Desert is here. Even if the southwest monsoon went over the Bay of Bengal, turned, got deflected from Myanmar, the Arakan Hills, and came back here, now Aravalli is here. So they're going to come and bang into the Aravallis. It's going to rain here. But on this side, this is the leeward side. Anyways, Thar Desert will not get the rain. Even these other Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Pokhran, they all lie on this side. So they will get no rain. Why does Cherrapunji or Mawsynram receive heavier rainfall than Shillong? We just did that. One is on this side and one is on that side. Cherrapunji, Mawsynram lie on the windward side of the Khasi Hills and receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. Shillong lies on the leeward rain shadow side. See, I'm highlighting these words because these words should be there in your answers. You must remember windward side of Garo and Khasi. Southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. Shillong lies on the leeward rain shadow side, on the other side of the Garo and Khasi Hills of the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. Therefore, it receives less rainfall. Mumbai experiences more rainfall than Pune. We know Mumbai is on the windward side of the Western Ghats and Pune is on the leeward side. Pune lies in the leeward and rain shadow. If you say leeward, then you must attach the word rain shadow to it. So Pune lies in the leeward and rain shadow region of the Western Ghats, while Mumbai lies in the windward region of the Western Ghats and experiences the southwest monsoon. Which branch? Arabian Sea branch. Now, whenever you speak of the southwest monsoon, you have to, along with it, add the name of the branch you're talking about. You just can't say only southwest monsoon because Garo and Khasi Hills, Meghalaya is not the Arabian Sea branch. It is the Bay of Bengal branch. So if you just write southwest monsoon, I'm going to give you, I would as a teacher give you no marks. You should know southwest monsoon has two branches and specify which branch you're talking about. Okay. Name the regions in India that receive orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall is what we learned this last year. It is precipitation produced when relief features like mountains act as barriers to airflow, forcing the air to rise, cool and condense, produces clouds and these clouds shed their moisture. So it happens in the windward facing areas. What are the windward facing areas in India? The Konkan coast, the Kannada coast, the Malabar coast and the west coast of India. The windward side of the Western Ghats, west and south is here also, okay, this part also. And the windward side of the Garo and Khasi hills in Assam. Okay, this is in the east of India. This is in the west and south of India, South India here, the first one. The windward side of the, so the first is the Konkan coast, Kannada coast, Malabar coast and west coast of India. Second is the windward side of the Western Ghats, west of India and south of India, this part Cardamom Hills. Third is the windward side of the Garo and Khasi and Jaintia Hills, east part of India, and the southern slopes of the Shivaliks in North India. So this you should know what's happening, where you get orographic rainfall. Wherever there are mountains, those are relief features, you're going to get orographic rainfall. Give reason for. Mahabaleshwar receives more of the southwest monsoon rain than Pune. So you have the Western Ghats here, this dotted line. Mahabaleshwar is on this side, the windward side. Pune is up on this side, on the other side, leeward side. Mahabaleshwar lies on the, whenever some place has more rain, no, it is on the windward side. Mahabaleshwar lies on the windward side of the Western Ghats and receives a rainfall of over 250 centimeters. Pune lies on the leeward side of the Western Ghats in the rain shadow area and receives less than 70 centimeters of rainfall. And both of these receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. Very important to specify. Give reason for. Mumbai, Goa, Panjim, Bangalore, Cochin, Thiruvananthapuram receive more rainfall than Pune, Sholapur, Nagpur, Amravati, and Aurangabad. Whenever two places are compared for rainfall, you should ideally think, is there a topographic feature there? Is there a mountain there? Then some are on windward getting more and some are on leeward getting less. And so that's what is happening here. Mumbai, Goa, Panjim, all these Bangalore, they all lie on the windward side of the Western Ghats and receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. They receive very heavy rainfall. Pune, Sholapur, they are all on this side. They lie on the leeward side of the Western Ghats. So in the rain shadow, they are in the rain shadow region and they receive lesser rainfall from what? From the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. Now, good question. Tamil Nadu remains dry during the southwest monsoon season, summer season, because always think of a map when you have to give any question answer in geography. Any questions answer, think of a map in your mind. That's why I keep putting maps in all my slides. Think of the orographic features. Think of the location of the region being spoken about. Think of what can be causing the monsoon or not causing rains there and then give the answer. The Tamil Nadu coast, this is the Tamil Nadu coast. Okay, it is parallel to the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. So it comes like the rainfall comes like this. It's parallel to the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. This comes the Bay of Bengal branch. Tamil Nadu also lies in the rain shadow area of the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. Arabian Sea is coming this way. This is the windward. This is the leeward. This whole area is the leeward side. It's the rain shadow area. Also, when it hits this, Tamil Nadu is here. This is the windward for Eastern Ghats and this is the leeward side, the rain shadow area. So when the Bay of Bengal branch is there, it's going this way, it's parallel. When you're parallel, there is nothing to break the rain. And when it is coming this way, you're in the leeward side, so you won't get rain. So both these points you must know. The Tamil Nadu coast, this is the coastal Tamil Nadu, it is parallel to the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. And when it comes to the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch, Tamil Nadu lies in the leeward side. This is the leeward side of the Western Ghats. This part is the leeward side. And therefore, it lies in the leeward side of the Arabian Sea branch of the southwest monsoon. So it doesn't get rain. Northeastern states receive heavy precipitation in the summer because these are the northeastern states. Can you see how many hilly ranges they have? They have hilly ranges that obstruct the way of the southwest monsoon winds Bay of Bengal branch. These are coming from here, they're not reaching there. They're coming this way and going this way. Bay of Bengal branch is coming this way. Okay, fine. So we are back to the Aravalis. Very easy question is going to come, so know it. Despite the Aravali hills, many parts of Rajasthan, western Rajasthan, Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Pokhran, do not receive much rainfall. Why? Two reasons. First one, the Aravalli range is parallel to the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch. So there are no transverse mountain ranges to block the path of the monsoon winds. So the winds bypass this region, they just bypass it and no rain is shed. Parallel, transverse, block and bypass. Four important words you must use in the answer. Also, this region is in the leeward side of the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch. This whole area, this part of Rajasthan, huge part of Rajasthan is in the leeward side of the Aravalli Hills when it comes to the Bay of Bengal branch of the southwest monsoons. So when it comes to the Arabian Sea branch, they are parallel to the winds. They are parallel, they don't lie transverse, they don't block, so the winds bypass them. When it comes to the Bay of Bengal branch, these areas lie on the leeward side. Again, rainfall bypasses them because it rains here more than the rain shadow area. I put up this map for you all to see the various mountain ranges. For example, the Bay of Bengal branch, you have the Kanchenjunga here also. This is the Gangetic Plain, this is the Himalayas, Garo and Khasi are here, this is the Brahmaputra basin here. So Garo and Khasi are going to give rain here also. And this Bay of Bengal branch, I said, it deflects from Myanmar. One goes to the Brahmaputra and the other goes into the Gangetic Plains. And then the ones going in the Brahmaputra basin are the ones that are causing the Garo and Khasi hill things to happen. Okay. Name the winds. This is an important slide. Learn it. Name the winds that provide relief rainfall to the western coast. The western coast of India, Konkan coast, the Kannada, the Malabar coast, the Kannara coast, the coastal Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala. What are the winds? Now you all know it by heart. The Arabian Sea branch of the southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch. Name the mountains responsible for this rain. The Western Ghats. Name the winds that provide relief rainfall to Trivandrum coast, northern Sirkar coast, Andhra Pradesh. This is Andhra Pradesh. Southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch in summer and northeast monsoon in the winter. Name the winds that provide relief rainfall in Cherrapunji and Mausanram. We know it. The southwest monsoon, here at Cherrapunji, Garo and Khasi, southwest monsoon, Bay of Bengal branch. Name the mountain ranges or relief features responsible for this rain in Cherrapunji and Mausanram, Garo, Khasi and Jaintia, right? All three. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, GKJ, the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills. Okay. I'll give reason for. The Coromandel coast, the Coromandel coast is here, the Andhra Pradesh Coromandel coast, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Tamil Nadu coasts have more rainy months but less rainfall than the Konkan coast, the Malabar coast, the Kannada coast, coastal Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala. Why? The Coromandel coast here, which has Andhra Pradesh, Orissa here, Tamil Nadu, are all on the east coast of India. When they are in the east coast of India, they are lying on the leeward side of the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats are here. Monsoon winds are from here. So this is the windward side, this is the leeward side of the Eastern Ghats. They receive little rain from the southwest monsoons in the summer. They receive rain from the retreating monsoon, the monsoon retreats. They receive rain from the northeast monsoon winds in winter, but these winds are flowing over land, so they don't have moisture, they have very little moisture. Only when they come on the Bay of Bengal and pick up the moisture, they go and give rain in Tamil Nadu. But for Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, they don't have land. So they receive rain from northeast monsoon in winter, but these winds are less powerful and they carry less moisture. Northeast monsoon winds are less powerful, they carry less moisture. So there is less rain received in these areas. This is the reason you're giving. But the other ones, the Konkan coast, the Malabar coast, Kerala, Goa, they receive rain from the southwest monsoon winds, Arabian Sea branch. This branch is very powerful because it comes from this huge water body called the Arabian Sea. It carries a lot of moisture because the sea over which it blows is very, very large. So these areas receive heavy rainfall. This is a very small bay over which the monsoon winds from the northeast pick up and make rain in Tamil Nadu. Southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal question. So now Bay of Bengal question answers. What is the direction of rain-bearing winds which blow over the Gangetic and Brahmaputra plains? It is not the Arabian Sea branch. These winds are a branch of the southwest monsoon winds, Bay of Bengal branch. They are stopped by the Himalayas here. When they come here and the Himalayas stop them, they bifurcate into two parts. One, this is the Gangetic plains. One deflects to the right. The Brahmaputra river is, as we saw in the previous slide. One deflects to the right along the Brahmaputra basin here. The other moves to the left over the Ganga basin. In a this is the northwest direction, attracted by the low pressure center over Rajasthan and Punjab. It's hot here, there's low pressure, so these winds want to go and replace that low pressure there. Name the area which receives the highest rainfall from the southwest monsoon winds, not the place. It is area. The area is the south side of the Garo and Khasi hills, and that is Mausin Ram and Cherrapunji, and the foothills of the eastern Himalayas. Himalayas west is here, east is here. These rains are going to go and hit the Himalayas here, the foothills of the eastern Himalayas. Name the ranges responsible, Garo, Khasi and Jaintia. We continue with the southwest monsoon, Bay of Bengal branch. What happens when the winds travel up the Gangetic valley and why? What happens? Or give reason why. This is the lower Ganga valley, this is the upper Ganga valley. Give reasons why the lower Ganga valley receives more rain than the upper Ganga valley. Why? The southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch moves along, giving rain to Bengal, Western Bengal, and the entire Ganga basin. But when these winds are moving, they're hitting here and they're giving rain here. But this rainfall decreases as the wind moves in the northwest. This is west and north. As the winds move in the northwest direction, the rainfall decreases. Why? Because they've already shed their moisture here. They're hitting here and shedding their moisture, right? So the lower Ganga valley gets more rain than the upper Ganga valley. So this question comes, you should say, first of all, this region gets rain from the southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch, which moves along western Bengal and the entire Ganga basin. This is the Ganga basin. Okay, they shed the rain more in the lower part of the Ganga valley. Most of the rain is shed here, and this decreases as we go up Ganga valley. Okay. Now, relief rainfall caused by relief features like mountains. Name the winds that provide relief rainfall to Trivandrum coast, northern Sirkar, Andhra Pradesh coast. This is the Trivandrum coast and the northern Sirkar coast, Andhra Pradesh coast. Andhra Pradesh coast is here. The south, here it is the southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch in the summer, and the northeast monsoon in the winter. The Konkan coast, Malabar coast, Kannada coast, coastal Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala and Goa, everybody knows the southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch. Name the town in India that receives the highest rainfall. Cherrapunji, 1126 centimeters of rainfall in Meghalaya, and Mausin Ram in Meghalaya. Name the source of rainfall. Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir. So upper part of northern India. The westerly depression from the Mediterranean Sea, North Atlantic Ocean, causes temperate cyclones. We read this in the previous part. The combined effect of the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal branches of the southwest monsoons. These things cause rain in Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir. These southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch blows up there. The Bay of Bengal branch goes like this, and the depression over the Mediterranean Sea, very important. It's called a westerly depression of the Mediterranean Sea, causes temperate cyclones to come to this area. Tamil Nadu, parts of Andhra Pradesh. This is Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. What causes the rain for them? We know northeast monsoon winds are the ones that cause rain there. Tamil Nadu, you should know immediately northeast monsoon, not the southwest monsoon. Okay. Name the following regions that get above 200 centimeters of rainfall. Southern slopes of eastern Himalayas, which includes Meghalaya, Assam and West Bengal. The west coast region, Konkan, Kannada, Malabar coast, and then you will learn of these names. Moderate rainfall, Ganga Valley, Central Deccan Plateau, which has these states, and scanty, very less rainfall. Thar Desert is the first thing for you, and parts of the Deccan Plateau. And learn up these names. Now, how do the Himalayas, a very important relief feature, how do they interact with the southwest monsoons, and how do they affect the climate of India? These are the Himalayas here. Southwest monsoons coming from here as well as from here. Two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Himalayas affect the climate of India in two ways. They act as a barrier to the southwest monsoon winds. Yes, we know that. The monsoon is coming from here, and from here they have a barrier. They have an east-west alignment. This is west, this is east. The Himalayas have a not north-south, east-west alignment. So west-east, east-west alignment. So they come in the way of the monsoon winds blowing from the southwest. The winds cool off and shed moisture in the windward region of the Himalayas. Then the Gangetic plains are in the windward region, giving relief rain to the Indo-Gangetic plain. Indo-Gangetic means India's Gangetic plains. Okay. Then, second thing they do is, the first thing is that they act as a barrier to these monsoon winds, and therefore they cause rain in the Indo-Gangetic plain. And the second is, they act as a protective shield. They protect the Indo-Gangetic plain from cold winds blowing in from Central Asia and Tibet during winter. Thus, winters in these regions are not as cold as they would have been in the absence of the Himalayas. They would have all frozen in the Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay. So, thus, how do the Himalayas react with the southwest monsoons? They are a barrier. So, there is rain in the Indo-Gangetic plain. So, the southwest monsoon, both branches, Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. They also protect India from the cold winds from Siberia and Central Asia. Very important difference between, you must learn this, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch enters the India's landmass after blowing over a vast open sea. The Bay of Bengal branch travels a shorter distance over a bay only. So the Arabian Sea branch travels over a larger water body, so it carries a lot of moisture. The Bay of Bengal branch of the southwest monsoon travels over a bay, a smaller water body, so it carries lesser moisture. Arabian Sea branch blows completely over India. The Bay of Bengal branch partly enters India, deflects and goes up the Indo-Gangetic plain on one side and the Brahmaputra on the other side. Major part of it goes towards Myanmar and Thailand. Arabian Sea branch hits against the Western Ghats. As soon as it enters India, it hits the Ghats. It hits a mountain range. Hits the Western Ghats as soon as it blows over land. Bay of Bengal branch has to travel a long distance over the land before it reaches the mountains of the Garo and Khasi hills and the Himalayas. Okay. Where does the Arabian Sea branch join the Bay of Bengal branch of the southwest monsoon? Where does the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch finally come and meet in India? Punjab and Haryana. So you should know, where do the two branches of the southwest monsoon meet? Punjab and Haryana. What does their joining cause? When these two monsoon winds meet, the Bay of Bengal branch and the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch, where does it cause? They both must be causing a lot of rain. They cause rain in the western Himalayas. Very important. Name the three sources of rain that Punjab has. So Punjab has southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch from one side, southwest monsoon Bay of Bengal branch from the other side, and the third is the westerly depression from the Mediterranean Sea. All three are important. Give reasons for the southwest monsoon withdrawing from northern India in October. Why? The southern movement of the sun causes this to happen. The monsoon retreats because now the low pressure over land becomes weak, and therefore air does not have to come and replace the low pressure area over land, and the air stops moving from the sea towards the land, and that is what is the reason why the southward movement of the sun. So the sun is moving southwards. Earlier the sun was on top, the land was getting heated and the air was getting heated and there was a low pressure. Now sun is moving away, So the lower pressure on land is reducing. So winds don't need to blow from the sea towards the land. So the winds are not coming towards the land anymore. All right? Okay. So state the causes for floods in the Ganga-Brahmaputra basins. We have seen where the Ganga was and where the Brahmaputra was. Now, large-scale deforestation leads to flooding. Yes, trees otherwise hold the soil in one place. Heavy rainfall from the southwest monsoon, Bay of Bengal branch. We know the Bay of Bengal branch is from where the rain comes to the Himalayas and also to the Brahmaputra basin and Assam. So Ganga and Brahmaputra, two sides, it bifurcates, right? The Bay of Bengal branch. These factors result steep gradient of land in the upper regions. So the slopes, very steep slopes of the mountains, and it's heavy rain happening. So the the land and the soil starts moving down, causes soil erosion during the monsoons. These factors result in heavy silting of the river course and flooding. Which coast of India remains mostly dry during the summer monsoon season? You should know, first of all, Tamil Nadu coast is going to be dry. Coromandel coast is the Andhra Pradesh coast. It also is dry. So, which coast of India remains mostly dry? You should know the coast of Tamil Nadu is going to stay dry. We all know that. The Coromandel coast is the Andhra Pradesh coast. It's going to stay dry. And the southeastern coast, the southern eastern part, is going to remain dry. Learn these up well. In the southwest monsoons, which part of India is going to remain dry? It's going to be the coast, not area, but coast they are asking. Which coasts? Tamil Nadu coast, southeastern coast, and the Coromandel coast. The Coromandel coast is the coast lying along Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Give reasons for. Mangalore, Chennai are approximately on the same latitude. Yet, Mangalore receives its rainfall in the summer, June to September. Madras receives its rainfall in the winters, November to February. Why? If they are on the same latitude, what could be happening? First of all, it's a question of which coast of India. Mangalore lies in the west coast of India. Chennai lies in the east coast of India. East coast gets winter rain, northeast monsoons. Okay. Mangalore experiences southwest monsoon, Arabian Sea branch, June to September. Whereas Chennai experiences northeast monsoon. Mangalore lies on the windward side of the western Ghats. Chennai lies on the windward side of the eastern Ghats. So, because Mangalore gets the southwest monsoon Arabian Sea branch rain, it has rain in the summer, which is June to September. Whereas Chennai lies in the windward side of the eastern Ghats and is getting rain from neither of the southwest monsoon branches, getting from the northeast monsoon. Therefore, it receives rainfall in the winter, November to February. So I hope you've enjoyed doing this part of the chapter, the southwest monsoon with me, and it's the concepts have become clear when you've enjoyed it. And there's a part 3 also to this, which is going to be the winter monsoon, the northeast monsoons. That's the next part. So enjoy studying with me, PowerBasics by UJC.